What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Social City Podcast. I'm your host, Omar Foster, at Old School Omar. This is my lovely wife, Abriana Cherie Foster. Say what's up to the people, boo.
What's up, everybody?
On today's episode, we're going to be chatting yays and nays with our Social City gays.
Hey.
We got a new game alert. Would you rather? We'll get into our obsession of the week and then close off with some gratitude. But first, we got our sponsor of today's episode, Deluxe Realty, y'all. www.deluxelv.com. Serving Southern Nevada since 1996, the Deluxe Realty team specializes in the field of property management and have been recognized as best property management company of Las Vegas by Expertise.com 2 years in a row, being awarded this title in 22 and 2023. Back-to-back champs right there. They customize agreements for each owner to serve their specific needs. Their team is dedicated to continued excellence and have even worked directly with some of our very own socialites. Mark Fleischer is a broker and owner of Deluxe Realty and has been a socialite since 2018. Mark is a man of his word and takes pride in being the industry expert. If you or someone you know is in need of property management or rental needs, contact our boy, Mark Ninja. You can find Mark and his team at Deluxe Realty 702 on IG or head on over to the website at www.deluxelv.com. Got to give a shout out to my boy, Mark, man. He's made some good progress this year. I've got a chance to kind of grow a little closer to him on Momentum's camp, man. We had some walking and talking we did, kind of diving deep into some hurts, and he was able to share a little bit of his story about what he's gone through with the death of his sister and how hard it's been, and I was able to give him some insight as far as trauma hurts that I have from being physically abused as a little kid. So, man, shout out to Mark, man. He's done nothing but growth this year.
Yeah.
I know he's looking to build his team up to 500 properties. Yeah, so he's got some goals he's set. So, man, shout out to Mark, dude.
He's been super supportive of the podcast, too. I feel like every time I see him in the gym, he's always just so encouraging and always just has a little nugget to say. And even just the way he helps promote it to other people. It's it's just such a amazing thing to see people gravitating towards it and really getting something of value. And he's just an awesome dude.
Yeah, I think the past 4 episodes, he's shot me a text after watching them. Just hey man, I watched this and dude, I took some nuggets from it. It resonated so much with me. So again, shout out to Mark, man. We appreciate the love and support.
Thank you, Mark.
Here we go. After 14 years of being in the health and fitness space, we have heard hundreds of collective stories, conversations, and perspectives that have created so much inspiration in our own lives that we wanted to bring them beyond the 4 walls of the gym and share them on a greater platform. Our goal is to share some of our favorite personalities, stories, and perspectives that continue to inspire us. Episode 8. I'm feeling great, boo.
8.
Feeling great, y'all. Boo, I'm glad you're alive. You were here. You made it.
Yeah,
you had a little bit of a rough week, huh?
Yeah, welcome to having an autoimmune issue.
Can't catch a break.
No.
You need a break like a Kit Kat.
Hey.
But you can't eat those.
Yeah, I can't eat that anyway, so it's fine. Everything's fine. Maybe we'll do an episode on autoimmune warriors because it's a journey for sure.
It's a tough one, yeah. We're just 3 episodes away from closing out season 1. Can you believe it?
No.
So much great feedback and encouragement, so always feel so good when you put yourself out there around a dream or a goal. Big shout out to our family for coming on for episode 7. Oh, my mom made it.
I know.
So glad
I didn't
she made
think.
it.
I swear I thought I was gonna get a text that morning that was we're not coming.
We're not coming. I know.
Yeah.
It was I threw that idea out before we even launched the first episode,
Yeah.
right? I was like, yo, moms, we think about having you guys on episode 6.
Okay,
And I don't think they thought we were serious about
Yeah.
it. Okay. And then 1 week before we're gonna have them on, they were kind of like, this ain't our thing, man.
I know.
And I was like, you got to get on the show.
I would like to take a little credit for that.
Totally. I was gonna say that.
Yeah, I sent your mom a nice little diatribe.
You did.
Of a text just telling her how much it would mean and how proud of her we are and how we wanted to share just a little nugget of her story. We didn't even get to dig into it, but shout out to Tia for coming on. It was really outside of her comfort zone. I'm really proud of Mom for doing it.
Yeah, and then to have your dad come on, he's always full of just heartfelt wisdom, I can always count on Mark McGee for a good nugget of wisdom and reflection,
Yeah, I love that guy.
Also, want to mention that if any of you guys are interested in being a sponsor for season 2, we're looking for sponsors, y'all. So slide into the DMs. But not like that, though, because, we got them boundaries, y'all. If y'all miss it, got to go back to episode 5, how we saved our marriage. Okay.
Don't be sliding in like that.
Today, before we introduce our special guests, I want to share a message that I received back in 2019 because I remember it was very eye-opening for me and something I knew I wanted to discuss when we started this podcast.
Yeah.
Quan, can you put that message up for me, man? Yeah, so basically it was saying that they were moving from Reno to Vegas for a job promotion, and they wanted to get back into CrossFit. I wanted to ask you if your gym was LGBT friendly. I'd love to check out your gym once I move there in August. Hope to hear from you soon. Best regards. And then I was like, hey, yeah, we'd love to have you. Is that a normal question you have to ask on the regular? Because of course we are. So I sent them this flyer that we had for an Outwad, which is an LGBTQ friendly fundraising event. And I told him that we're hosting the Outwad in August. And this is what he said. Unfortunately, I have attended CrossFit boxes that were not only welcoming or open to having an LGBT athletes. I hope I didn't offend asking, but this is extremely awesome. I read some really amazing reviews about this gym. I look forward to checking you guys out. So basically, that was the gist of the message, but I was just kind of surprised that this is something that people will even have to deal with.
Yeah.
You know, and not being in that shoes or knowing what it's like. It's like, man, I couldn't imagine having to deal with that because my first CrossFit experience, it's already an intimidating thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like I showed up to a CrossFit gym, I was a trainer, and I was like, yo, can I just skip that on-ramp thing you guys have? I showed up to the gym and I watched these people just walk in, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And that was just a workout.
I remember you came home early and I was like thinking maybe you had the time wrong because it was like, let's say, I don't know, the class was at 5, you were home by 5:15. And I was shocked when you said you didn't go inside because you were the fittest person I knew at that point. So the idea that you were intimidated was just such a crazy thing. So I always think about that for new members. But I remember when we got that message in 2019, just thinking like, wow, like we're so inclusive that it's not really a thought. And I think of CrossFit in general as a very like, come as you are. It doesn't matter how fit, how old, age, race, whatever. And to know that someone in our state had experienced that. I mean, he was Northern Reno or Northern Nevada, and Reno, it's a stone throw from here. So it was definitely an eye-opening thing.
Yeah. So that is why we wanted to have this conversation. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome to the stage, y'all, a man with an absolute eye for fashion, gift for organization, and has the ability to truly make you feel good about yourself. Give him a follow at Get Clifton. He has been a stylist to celebrities and socialites, and while new to CrossFit, he's already become a fan favorite of any class he attends. Say what's up to the people, Clifton.
What's up? What's up? Thank you for having me. This is really exciting.
Yeah, so excited to have you.
Our next guest, the podcaster and worshipper. Find him with his tambourine celebrating that Jesus is for everybody. His contagious energy, he's fun to be around, and he was a plug for us getting in the studio.
Yeah, everyone that keeps telling us how great this all looks and had the production level, shout out to the plug, because if it wasn't for this guy, we would have never been connected or even had the seed planted to be like, wow, like we want to do that too. We were actually guests on his podcast.
Yeah, we were. He is the host of the Not Safe for Church podcast, a podcast for the saints and the ain'ts, which drops every Thursday wherever you listen to your podcast at. Say what's up to the people, Pastor Renold.
Well, hello, good people. This is weird to be like in the same. It's like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. I'm over here nervous. Same, but different. I'm like, oh, my stomach hurts.
Yeah, it's like come back around full circle.
It does. And I'm just so grateful for Omar and Abby. I say it all the time, but like, man, just the gym, like they've been sponsors for my podcast. Yeah. And man, it's really cool to be here.
How full circle though, right?
It's like a full circle.
Like O and I were talking about that, like just how excited we were for you to come here because you're the one that introduced us to Quan in the studio. And then to have you as our guest and just thinking, wow, like 2 years ago and you're on what now?
Like 65?
65? I was like in the 60s.
It's crazy.
Just so crazy. But it's amazing because I remember being on the podcast and then being at the finale of that first season and what a powerful moment that was. And just to see the growth that you've had and just settling, getting promoted, just being the little boss man.
I got a real job too.
God is good, dude. It's just such a cool thing.
And back to the sponsors, like Renold hit us up and he's like, hey man, like I'm doing this podcast. Would you guys be interested in sponsoring a couple episodes? And for us, it wasn't a hey, like how much is it? Are we going to get ROI on that when you speak about it? Like how many followers do you have? What's your engagement? Like how many views? It was like, no, we are here to support.
Yeah.
We want to see you do well. And if this is your dream, like here you go.
Yeah.
And then we launched our podcast and I was kind of like, hey man, this is just going to be out of our budget. Like we're going to invest in ourselves and kind of go all in. And then I just remembered that you reached out for sponsorship So then I started reaching out. It was like a day or two before our first episode kicked off, and I'm excited to say that we've had our full season fully sponsored and
The
funded.
money is there. You just gotta ask.
You just gotta ask somebody.
People believe in you. They want to support you.
Yeah, you better ask somebody. Now, boys, you're not new to us, but you're new to the podcast. You guys have done this probably in the gym, but we got to get it again. We do it all for all of the people that come on the show.
guests.
You got to give everyone your name, something cool on the bucket list, because that may have changed, and then your favorite Disney classic movie. 3, 2, 1, go ahead.
Ladies first.
Hey.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, I'm a bad bitch.
Hey.
I'm kidding. I don't know if they cuss on here. What? Okay, so my name. I get so nervous. Name.
Bucket list.
Bucket list.
Okay, name, bucket list, and
Disney
Favorite Disney
classic.
classic.
okay. So my name is Renold Tiba Amawali Kent.
Hey, Renold.
What's up, Renold?
On my bucket list right now, this summer, I do want to go to the beach and wear a Speedo and post it on my Instagram.
Oh, okay.
So that's on my. It's
We got
gonna
a stylist
happen.
right here.
Period. But I gotta make sure
We got the
some of these
gym. We got
I gotta hide
stylist.
some of these areas because the booties, but the stomach be trying to stomach too, and we gotta bind that up. And then favorite Disney movie would probably be Cinderella with Brandy in it. I mean, Whitney Houston, Brandy. I mean, two vocal legends.
Yeah.
Serving
Could
it.
sing you up under a pew.
Okay.
I actually
Love it.
showed Selah that Cinderella. She loved Cinderella and she loved the singing because she's our little singer. Period.
Period.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, everybody. You know me, but not everybody else does. Clifton Davis Clark is my full name.
Hi,
Clifton.
Clifton.
My favorite Disney classic would be The Little Mermaid. I'm a follower of Omar. I don't know what it is. The
The
What is it?
redheads.
Do you have anything about it? Like,
I think I want to be her.
Okay.
Let's just be honest. Like that red hair when she comes out of the water and gets onto the rock and she just like goes for it. I live.
I mean, I didn't want to be a Little Mermaid. I just thought it was kind of diverse, I was like, all right, I love the music. I love the story. Okay, yeah.
Totally.
Sebastian was like the black character that was in a crab suit, basically. You know what I mean?
You're like, hey, that's my boy.
That's my boy right there.
That's my boy. And then bucket list.
Bucket list, definitely a safari
Ooh.
in Africa or
Ooh.
South Africa. I have a friend who has
nice.
property out there and he's always saying like, come,
Yeah.
join, like you're going to love it. It's elephants, giraffes, all of it. I'm just a huge fan of nature.
I wouldn't even know that I would know where to say specifically. I'd be like, this region on the map.
Right.
Are there zebras there?
African
That's where I want to
safari.
go.
Yeah, yeah.
The zebras.
All right, guys, before we get into our discussion, we got a warm-up game for y'all. Would you rather? But it's a family-friendly family-friendly edition. So
I saw Renold like starting to
Calm.
beat, sway, like, oh wait.
calm
Jesus.
down. Yes. So Abby and I were discussing these last night. These are pretty funny. I'm curious to know what you guys have to say. All right. Question number 1. Would you rather be able to take back anything you've said or hear conversations that are about you? Either one can answer.
Ooh.
I'd rather hear conversations about me. I own everything I've said, and I just want to hear what people are saying. I love that. I love that.
I would agree because I feel like you could change your mind when you get new information. So that means I say whatever I want to say, and I can always change my mind. But yeah, I want to hear what you say about me.
You
I
were
said
right.
it. I called it.
I was
Yeah.
opposite. I said I would take back things that I said because I have a very sharp tongue, and I think I have some like trauma. I know I have some trauma around it too, in terms of just like saying something and not being able to take it back in time. And I don't like. I don't know if I want to know. Like I'm already self-critical enough. Like I don't need any more noise or any more added layers because I feel like I'm already a bit of an empath, and I walk in a room and I'm like, ooh, I can sense somebody's upset, and that's enough.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would need the sound bites to like keep me awake at night in bed.
What about you?
That was a good answer. I mean, I agree with you guys. Like, I own everything I say.
Yeah.
So,
Yes,
I
you
would
do.
be curious to know what people have to say about, oh, marvelous, baby.
But do you get to confront them after you find out?
No, I'd probably, like, you probably play a little game, like, oh, so.
Little head game.
Yeah, a little head game.
I thought you said you liked my meatloaf, Omar. I don't make you meatloaf, but that's not really hard.
All right, question number 2. This is a fun one. Would you rather forget your partner's birthday or your anniversary every year?
There's no good answer.
Yeah, you lose either way.
But which one is?
You gotta
which one
pick
do you
one.
think is?
I would say forget the anniversary because I know his birthday is very important to him. He's in the background. I can see him. And it's very
Hey,
Was
important
that,
to
the
him.
right, was that the right answer?
Please say yes.
What about you, Nald?
I'm saying I probably won't forget anniversary because I know how my birthday is to me. I mean, I love you every day,
Hey.
but my birthday. I mean, and forgetting there. Yeah, I feel like Yeah. It also depends on the person too.
For sure.
Because some people are not birthday people. I've dated people that are not birthday people.
Yeah, I'm like,
true.
I'm not really like a birthday person. I'm not really like a birthday person. I'm definitely not like, hey guys, guess what? I like usually just kind of like walk in like, oh, you saw it on Facebook, awesome. But because that's how it is. Like most of the time,
Yeah, because we have like your birthday and then
it
like
goes,
our
my
dating
birthday,
anniversary.
Well, it used to be that, and then Sayla replaced that because it used to go April 5th me, April 11th was our dating anniversary before we got married, and then April 22nd is O's birthday. But then Sayla was born April 10th. So before we had Sayla, we used to be real sweet and like celebrate our dating anniversary too. And now it's like, we ain't got time for that. So half the time we kind of like skip my birthday, go to Sayla's, and then kind of try to do something for O's.
Together.
Kind of for both of us,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Yeah.
His 40th is coming up, y'all. April 22nd.
40? Oh my
22nd.
gosh.
Yeah.
40. He looked good,
gotta get
right?
on the
What are you
beach.
gonna do?
We got to get on the beach in the...
Oh, well, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we doing
6
it.
weeks. 6 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah, let's get it right now.
Ooh, God,
you got
Jesus.
it. And our last question, would you rather slide down rainbows or jump on clouds?
I already slide down on rainbows. Like, that's a given. Come on. If anybody knows me, it's rainbows all day. Skittles shoot out of my butthole.
None of my, it's none of my business.
So I would jump on clouds because I do like Mario Brothers. Don't we play that game, babe, where they like you're jumping on clouds on Mario Brothers? Living.
I don't think I would rather do either, but I can say jump on clouds. I don't want to roll. I guess I would. It would just feel like work. Sounds like working out.
You like working out?
I do like working out with people.
I be on your stories. You post
Oh
workout
yes,
stories.
I love working out with people.
Yeah.
But you tell me to jump on a cloud alone. I'm like, oh God, this sounds like a lot of work.
All right, it's a partner workout then.
Okay. Oh yeah, let's
partner
jump.
jumping.
You and me.
Oh my God. Yes.
I definitely would jump on clouds because it reminds, like, I feel like when I was a kid, like, I would always wonder like what they tasted like. I used to think heaven used to be just like right on top, you know.
Then you get on an airplane and it ruins it all.
Yes, true story. I was like,
where's heaven?
It's a little higher.
Well, boys, thank you again for coming on today. We just love you both and are thankful for all the open conversations we've had. Y'all keeping me informed because y'all know we own a gym, and I always want to make a space that makes people feel comfortable.
Yeah,
I've learned a lot over the years, but there's still a lot I don't know. I know what it's like to get jumped for being light-skinned and being mixed. I don't know what it's like to be a gay man.
And I don't know what it's like to do either. So I'm just here to add some sparkle to the conversation.
After getting that message, I kept thinking about the first time I went to CrossFit, and I've already told that story. But again, I just couldn't imagine what it's like to have to add that layer on top of it. So with that being said, I wanted to know if you guys have ever experienced something similar to that. Like, have you ever felt uncomfortable? Have there's ever been an obstacle within the fitness space? Like, I know you go to multiple gyms and you class pass and jump, from gym to gym. Like, have you ever experienced something where you didn't feel comfortable in your own skin?
Typically I haven't felt that. I felt like, because I come from more like a religious space, and so I come from church, and so when I decided to come out, the gyms became my safe place. It started at a gym, a hot yoga studio in the Spring Valley area, and then I started coming to CrossFit, Social City, and I feel like the gym was a place for me. I realized like I could be myself, and even because when I came to the gym, I wasn't like out. Like I was gay, but I wasn't out. Like I wasn't comfortable with it. Yeah. And so I felt like the gym was a place where people made a safe place for me to just be myself. And I didn't have to worry about anything else because I'm here for a workout and people like me just for the person I'm being.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. Clifton, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I sort of wear my sexuality on my sleeve a bit. It's kind of my go-to to like break the ice. And then I chose a career as a stylist that typically they expect you to be gay. You know what I mean? They kind of are assuming you are.
Yeah.
So in the gym setting, like I moved to Georgetown, Texas, a very conservative city just north of Austin. And I joined a CrossFit gym and it was extremely conservative. Nice people. No one was rude to me, but there was a vibe that like I had to tone down my gay. And I remember like the main coach, he was so hot and so straight. And he would call me boy. Please don't. And say you did. He would just be like, he would literally be like, that a boy. And I was like, oh dear, like that's working for me. But I still had to like hide a bit of me. I couldn't be the like Clifton that I normally am. I like butched it up, if you can imagine that. And I would try. And I just never felt quite like I fit in there. And I tried, I'm super social, as you guys know. and it just wasn't quite the fit. That's probably the main one that comes to mind, where I just didn't feel like the gay thing was accepted, whether it was a religious thing or a political view they had or just how they ran their gym.
Yeah.
They weren't rude to me, but it was a vibe where I was like, ugh.
You can definitely sense it. I think the difference between like, I can, even as a drop-in, it's not even the same, like having the layer of sexuality, but the difference between when people are excited that you're there and they want to connect, and when they really like your membership fee or they really like your drop-in. Like when I would travel, there would just be that difference of like, man, their intention is to really create connection. Even if you drop in for, I mean, I would be dropping in places for 3 or 4 days sometimes, and I'd be like, man, I didn't even get coached. Like, no one even knew my name. I got a t-shirt. And
that's another reason why I was like, man, I want to have this conversation, because there's certain terms as a coach or owner. It's like, does he want to be called boy? Is boy getting him riled up? Do is Clifton, hey girl? Or even when I'm responding to Clifton, I hit him up. I'm like, yo, bro, like, are we meeting up at this time, man? I'm like, wait a second. Like, does Clifton want to be called this? Does he mind being called? Are there certain terms that like?
No, for me, I'm super easy.
Yeah.
Like I don't, identify as a guy and I happen to be gay. Yes, I wear my sexuality on my sleeve, but I'm also like, I'm just Clifton who happens to be gay, as much as I say that. And then how you refer to me, that's on you. Like, I don't take offense. Yeah. It's a conversation. It's a term that you use. I go with the flow on that one.
Yeah.
But you're also in a little bit of an older generation where that stuff probably doesn't bother you. I feel like it's,
true.
It's 2024 and people are thin-skinned and sensitive, Like, I don't want to mess up someone's name or the way I pronounce it. So I'm kind of like, hey.
Or you don't want to make assumptions, right? I think that's the part. And again, like, I think our gym has been so beautiful in the sense that there have been some really open conversations and questions where there is curiosity for maybe people that are like not connected to someone in the LGBTQ community or they've never been exposed to it. And I just am always so appreciative of how like open you guys are to even addressing this. Cause I think people want to talk about it, but they're so afraid to say the wrong thing or sound ignorant or be offensive, because it's like there's curiosity and the desire to understand maybe like preference or different boundaries or terminology like we've talked about. And we live in such a cancel heavy world. And especially as small business owners, it's like, man, like you want everyone to be comfortable. And ultimately the end goal for us is for anyone that walks through our door, whether you're a drop-in, been a member for a year, you have a punch pass, you come in for the open, whatever that is. It's like you come in and you just know that like you as a person are welcome, you are here, and like everyone's on an even playing field. And knowing that obviously the world is not like that, but how do you still maintain that thing? Yeah. And if you get younger generations that come in, like how do we still stay relevant and not become those business owners like, I don't know, I can't keep up, because that's a lot of it. Like that's a lot of it. You want to be inclusive, right? You want to make sure that it's comfortable.
And I think too, going to what you were saying about like how you refer to me, it's all about the intention of the person saying
that part, yes.
Like what's the tone, the delivery? Is it meant to be funny? Or what's the intention of how you're delivering, how you talk to me, what we're talking about? Is it confrontational? Is it argumentative? Is it chill? Is it calm? Like you're respecting me as a human being, no matter what you call me.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
That part.
Well, I know Clifton has a Rolodex of amazing stories. And I love the story about when you thought Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu may have been for you.
Oh,
come on,
Lord.
Oh
my God.
You got to tell them the story. It's
You have
related.
not heard this yet.
I have not. I'm excited.
This is good.
This is like 10 plus years ago. I'm living Los Angeles and I'm trying to up my athletic game, my workout game. I had done like Krav Maga and I was like, oh, let me try something else. So there was Hollywood Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, HBJJ. I mean, it says it in the names. You gotta be leery. It's in there. And I signed up for an intro, and the two gentlemen that welcomed me to HBJJ were gorgeous, muscle daddies in like those silky, loose, boxing type shorts and like a tank top that was showing everything. And I remember being like intimidated. Number one, they were super friendly.
Send me the location after.
Oh. So the intro starts, one guy's watching, kind of like taking notes. I don't know what he's doing watching, but the other one's doing the actual, training. And I didn't realize that HBJJ, it's mostly grappling floor work and submission holds. I didn't know that. I thought it was like, I literally thought it was up above. So they got me to the floor. I'm on my back with like one leg up, and he's on me with his crotch to my butt and pinning me down, holding me down, being like, okay, so this is how, like, this is the position. And I'm literally starting to get, because I was like so nervous and so excited at the same time. And literally, like, it was not okay. So I had to like put the kibosh on that. And at the end, they were like, do you want to sign up for the class? And I was like, I don't think so. I think I'm going to have to think about that one.
Yeah.
Like, because I would be excited all the time. All the time. Yes.
Hilarious.
Embarrassing. Super embarrassing.
Oh, God.
Oh, my Lord.
Renold, I know you got to have some sort of awkward moment or some sort of experience that you got to share.
I mean, I think whenever,
Come on.
I don't know, awkward. I mean, I could talk about how when I was at your gym one time, we were doing partner workouts. And I think sometimes straight people forget, like, I am still a gay man.
Yeah.
Like, I may not want somebody, but I'm going to see, if you take your shirt off, I'm going to see it and I'm going to be distracted. Even if I don't want it, I see it at my eyes. And me and Omar are doing a partner workout and we're jumping on boxes. And the next thing you know, before the next box, he takes his shirt off. And like the whole time, I'm trying to do, when we're like, he's like, good job. I'm like, I can't even look at you, Omar. Because like you have your, I'm like, let me look to the heels because Abby is in here. I can't, no, the devil. So I'm like, I think people forget. Like, I'm still a gay man. Like, I can't be around all that.
Yeah,
Too
so what do you
long.
do in a situation like that? Do I let somebody know next time? Like if he's in,
No,
or do I
take
just
your
let,
shirt off every time.
Yeah,
You get
sign
comfortable.
some memberships.
But I think this in general, people need to learn self-control.
Yeah.
You can see something you like, just how there could be a girl in the gym with a nice rack, nice whatever, booty or whatever. Everybody see it, but that don't mean you gotta grab it. That don't mean you really want, you just admire it and keep it moving.
I feel you on that.
Like,
I
oh
love
my
you.
God, a good body, keep it moving.
Don't make me take my hoops out.
Period. Because I'll drag somebody,
Oh, trust
call
me,
sis.
I got some stories. Part of the reason why I broke up with alcohol, I pushed a couple girls off couches and clubs. Like,
I see. I need to go back to episode 5. That's what I just said.
I'm like,
I put that in my notes.
I would tell people all the time, like, respect my property.
Period.
Yeah.
That was the phase.
Oh, yeah.
What about you? Got any awkward,
Oh my
embarrassing
gosh.
gym stories, fitness stories?
You know what I think about? So, when we first started, had a partner, and was training at 24 Hour Fitness. So I used to go out to the 24 Hour Fitness that he would train at and like work out. So his partner was also a personal trainer. And so he was like, hey, Avi, like, let me throw you through a workout. I was like, yeah, for sure. Like, let's get down. No big deal. Wait for O to get off work. Then I'll go grab a bite to eat. And I will just never forget that somehow we were doing this like hamstring activation thing. And he's like sitting on my calves. But it was like high up my calf, like standing behind me. And I'm supposed to be like going down and pushing off. And I just remember kind of like thinking, is this like a real workout? Like, where is Omar? Like, is he gonna be mad at me? Like, what is going on? Like, I'm sure it's strictly platonic, but I was so wildly uncomfortable because like we were new dating and like Omar only used to ever get jealous when I would talk to like old men at the bar because that used to be like my MO. Like I loved an old man, but he would never care if I talked to like a young black man. Like he'd be like, yeah, keep whatever. I got her, like no problem. But like the old 70-year-old, watch out. But I still just remember cringing and like breaking my neck and being so uncomfortable. Just thinking like, do you do this with your clients? Like maybe people pay for that, but like I don't know. It was awful.
A little too much, huh?
What about
A
you?
little too close. I don't know if I have many embarrassing fitness stories, like gym stories.
The booger roller.
the booger rolling client.
Booger rolling
Oh,
client.
man,
You
you
gotta
want me to
tell that story. Yes.
So I was a trainer at 24 Hour Fitness, and we used to do all these
I got
like
nervous.
free
Yeah.
consultations and stuff like that. So we had this guy who came in. He had like COPD. He was on breathing treatments, like definitely overweight and like needed my help. And sitting at the desk with him, like going over his goals, talking about nutrition. And I see him just like dig up in his nose, and then he just starts rolling his hand like this on my desk.
Oh,
Well,
God.
I was talking to him.
And I'm trying to get him through like this 3 for $99 session sale. And I'm just like, I don't know if I want to train you, bro. What are you about to do with that burger right there? And he rolled it for probably a solid 10 minutes before just like flicking it on the ground. I'm like, yeah, man. You know what I mean? My schedule's full, you know?
I came home and told me that
I'm looking
story.
at my schedule, is full.
He literally was like, this guy is just sitting there like, he's like, I can't even concentrate. I'm just watching the fingers roll the booger.
I would have said down. You need to go wash your hands. Like, hell no.
I probably should have.
That's
Omar would now. The Omar now.
Sure.
Like you can't walk in the gym now and not like.
Yeah, I was a hungry trainer trying to get everyone I could.
Yeah. Fill up the schedule. Fill up the schedule.
For sure. All right. Our next question. When you walk into a class, is your gaydar pretty accurate? Because like Renold, you thought Abby was mixed.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
You did.
But I mean, you look mixed. I mean, you when I met you in summer, like you're in the sun, like your hair is curly. Like if you put you next to a mixed girl, it's not many different features.
Yeah, people were calling you J-Lo in that Good Life commercial we did.
I didn't know like mixed, maybe Hispanic, you know. But
I got you.
My gaydar is normally right.
Normally.
80% of the time.
80% of the time.
20%
it works
of the
every time.
20% of the time it's not. But I don't know. I feel like I'm in a season now in my life where like if you don't want nobody to know you gay, I don't have time. Like I'm not like, but also don't play with me. Like don't be trying to kiki with me after dark and you don't know know what you're doing. No, if you like, you might be like, hey, I'm not really ready to be open with everybody. I can accept that.
Yeah.
But like don't know what you want to do.
Yeah.
Really, basically.
Yeah.
But usually my gaydar is pretty accurate.
Okay.
But I think everybody is kind of, and nobody really wants to admit this, but everybody's a little curious. Now, you acting on that curiosity, doesn't happen. But some people, I think most people are curious. Like I don't like girls, but I would maybe sleep with a girl.
Just like inquisitive, right?
Like 5%. Like there might be one girl I'm like, oh, let's see what happens. I just don't like women, like, because I don't want to wake up next to a woman and have a conversation and dialect with a woman. Like, it's just like, it's a
you
lot
would not want to live in our house, bro. Because I start chatting. Like,
but you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like, I don't
first
like
thing in the morning.
I like a homie. I like a best friend.
So
and we
cute.
have, you know what we do. But yeah, I'm not
talking first thing in the morning. I was always like, you got so many words.
Bro, I'll be wake up first thing in the morning. She be like full conversation at full volume. And sometimes I'd be like, shh. I'm still rolling out of bed right now. I need 10 minutes.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
I think my gaydar's broken. Because I thought Renold was straight.
Oh, no, you did not.
I'm kidding.
I'm about to say, woo, child, straight?
No, but mine is pretty broken. But I think I always have been attracted to straight men. So that taints your view. So
it's hopeful.
My filter is always like, was going for straight guys because they were emotionally unavailable.
We can talk about that in another episode.
Like before you knew they were straight, or it was by coincidence they were straight?
Oh no, you like knew they were straight, and I would go for them specifically because they were straight, and I would get them.
The chase.
Yeah.
Period.
She was definitely
turned a lot
that.
of them out.
That's funny.
But yeah, no, it's. I think mine's a little broken, and I think I agree with you too. Like on the Kinsey scale, I do think we all have like. There's a point on the Kinsey scale that what you're attracted to. Mine towards women is like 0.00001, but it's there. Like I find them beautiful.
Yes.
With Tim, we'll be watching a show and I'm like, I can't take my eyes off her. And I'll tell him like, if I was straight, she would be the one.
Yeah.
But then you're like, am I choosing her because she's just really pretty and I want to dress her up and hang out with her, or like, would I do the deed?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't. No, like that's, we both are like, yeah, it's just, but.
I think women are just way more open about it because we criticize our bodies and look at our bodies and look at other women's bodies, and you can have a different appreciation for it. And I just think like being more openly emotional creatures, it's like, you can either acknowledge how beautiful someone is, or sometimes that turns into like cattiness, right? Like, where it's like, like, girl, are you mad because you jealous, or are you like, you know what I mean? It's like there is that weird sense, like women can be the most supportive friends, or they will burn you down, and it don't take nothing for that to change sometimes. I mean, not all women, but
I also think too, like women being attracted to women as like a thing they did in college, and it's like a societal and a cultural thing. Like there was nothing wrong with it. For a guy to do that is a no-go. Like you're now gay or you're now bi.
Yeah.
And what's the difference? Like somehow two women fooling around in college is like hot to a guy and everyone's like, yeah, so she did it. Now she's married with kids. I have lots of girlfriends like that.
Yeah.
You will never hear that about a guy. And I've said it to my friends. I don't think it makes a guy gay if he fooled around with a guy to try it and see if it was for him. And he's like, that's not my jam. So he tried. So did she. She tried with a girl. It's not for her. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but societally, we're not there.
I think it's a lot of just for people trying to understand. Like, it's like if you don't come from that realm or you haven't been exposed to that, it's like when, especially with the idea of a spectrum, that's really difficult for people to understand where things aren't just black and white or yes and no.
Yeah.
Because as a straight woman, it's like, I've looked at women beautifully, but it's like I was boy crazy from like 3 years old. Like, my poor parents. I feel that way about Uriah. Like, he's so girl crazy and he's 6. It's wild. But it is very reflective of that. So I think like we have 2 family members that are LGBTQ and they've gone back and forth. And I think the nature is to want to understand, to connect. But if it's something you've never experienced or like gone through even the thought process for yourself, it's like, man, like, I don't know how to, it's the only way I kind of know how to associate things. Especially I think growing up, it was just gay, straight, bi.
Sure.
Like that was kind of the 3 boxes. Like even going to LVA, which was extremely progressive at the time. It was 7 girls to 1 guy at the high school, and it's a performing arts high school. There's no sports. It's already very female dominated. And then in the arts, just naturally, there was way more openness about people being who they were. And we were exposed, I think, at a younger age in our generation to the idea that like, it's not just 3 boxes, because you saw that at the campus, but I don't feel like there was as many terms to express those things, right? And now we live in a space where there's so many terms and so much interpretation around it that it's always like, man, like you don't want to say the wrong thing or you don't want to misstep, especially for me, because I'm like, man, I think about my little brother and I think about the one time I thought it was actually because he was trying to surprise me. His older brother, my other younger brother, had come into town, but he had texted me and we were at a Christmas party. He's like, hey, are you home? Something happened. And my instant thought coming from, and he's very passive and he never texts me. So that was the other part where I was like, wait a second. He had texted me and he said, something happened. Can I come by? And my instant thought was, if somebody hurt him, taking my hoops out and probably going to jail tonight. Like, that's how I feel about it, you know? So I think about how protective I feel over him and our brother Felix, and just think like, dude, if anyone hurt them, even verbally, or like made them feel uncomfortable or feel like they weren't even given a chance to be assessed as a human being first, I don't ever want to do that to anyone. You know what I mean? I don't ever want to misstep or make people feel like we're not open-minded enough to even like ask the question, to be like, what is your preference? Or when did you, like, even just having the open discussions we've had in the gym, like we've said, like, you guys have been so amazing, because a lot of times you're working out with like our 8 and 9 a.m. moms, right? Like, it's a vibe. They are a vibe, but it's a different demo, right? And so to even just be able to have those conversations in a comfortable space where I think people want to talk about these things, but it's like, man, they don't want to misstep, or they don't want to sound ignorant, or they don't want to hurt. I mean, for me, I'm like, I just don't ever hurt anybody's feelings, because I just want people to be loved. That's all I want.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure. So back to fitness. I love that you shared your story about the conservative gym in Texas. Do you have any like advice for a gym owner or a coach, like within the community, like some do's and don'ts? Like, do you prefer to have pride celebrated within those gyms? Or
I mean, for me, again, like back to that intention and a vibe that you get when you go to a gym. Are they friendly? You know, are the coaches friendly and inclusive? It's not that hard to be friendly, although there's a lot of people who are introverted, so it may be more of a challenge. But to sort of decipher between their introvertedness and know like, oh, this is a good person who's, you know, vibing with me and wants me to be here, that makes a difference. You guys clearly have that down. Your coaches are amazing.
Period.
You know,
especially that CrossFit dad. I mean, he is something.
God, that body.
So,
all right, guys, we're gonna close it off and go into our obsession of the week.
I don't know.
They don't win it first. What you got? What are you obsessed with?
I'm gonna go with Element this week.
Element? Okay.
Oh my gosh, like I almost died this week.
Elementi.
I call it Element. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. But I really love the raspberry Salt. I mean, I like them all, but they're my go-to. I've tried a bunch of other electrolytes, and they're just the one thing that I have in my back pocket for any of my flare-ups or any issues. So
Tell people what it is. Some people don't know what Element is.
It is an electrolyte that's got magnesium, potassium, and sodium. So it's a nice little electrolyte that you can add to your water. If you like it a little saltier, you do a little less. I just put it in my 40-ounce tumbler and get it rocking. But I usually do that, and I'll add my lemon if I'm doing it first thing in the morning. But it like saved my life this week.
I love it. Yeah, Elements are good.
Yeah.
Good hydration.
I'm a fan too.
Yeah.
Renold. What you got, bro? What you obsessed with?
You guys, I love to work out, guys, but you guys know I'm a little, I eat what I'm gonna eat.
Do you stand on business, bro?
I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand on business every time.
We just talked about that on Thursday, and I was literally scrolling my feed, and someone just commented on a workout, and it was like, she stood on her business, and I was like, wait,
period.
what? That's
stand
like a thing.
On business. If you're not standing on business, you can't stand on me. That's neither here neither there. I like Albanese. Well, I don't know how to even say it. I want to say Albanese gummy bears.
Okay. Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know how to say that either.
I think they're Albanese.
Sure.
Okay. But Amber, you know what I'm talking
it
about. Yeah, they're a vibe.
Okay. Yeah.
They're so.
They have a good texture.
Ooh.
Do you eat the whole bag in one sitting? You break it up.
That's none of your business.
Way to call him out.
It depends on what I'm doing, but that's my business too. Praise God.
Oh my gosh.
Clifton, what you got, man?
I was thinking about that on the way here. Tim bought a frother. Don't make jokes. But
what is a frother?
it like you take the milk and we put like a little bit of half and half or milk in it, and then we add a little bit of Torani syrup.
Okay.
And then it whips it into this foam, and then you dump that on your coffee.
You can do it like hot
whatever.
or cold, right?
You can do
I
it.
don't know what you're gonna say. You dumped it on. You said he's a gym zaddy. Oh, shoot. I'm kidding. This is
I'm so blessed to have Renold on the podcast and Clifton. It's just like, it's a good time. It's a vibe.
It is.
always. The gays are always about it.
Always a vibe.
So the frother, I'm like, you gotta bring that little coffee to the 6:30.
True that.
We'll have to have like a coffee off between Pete's coffee.
Pete's coffee. And
Pete's
the
been real
frother
loyal
coffee.
with the coffee though. Maybe
Shout
that
out
should
to
have been
Pete.
that should
What
have been
about
my
Pete?
obsession of the week.
Bring in Abby the coffee when she's coaching class on, what is that, Wednesday morning?
Yeah, we joke because I like Pete's coffee, like the
because I was
chain.
wondering
But
when
then-
you said it, I was like, Pete's Coffee. Like I know where that's at. And then
I
you're
do
talking
love
about a person.
Pete's Coffee because they're one of the only chains that has lavender, and we all know that's like my little staple. But Pete at the gym, dad joke Pete will bring me a coffee too. So he joked that it's like my Pete's coffee.
Period.
Yeah, he's the best, dude. Such
All
a
right,
good guy.
my obsession of the week is gonna be this little cross bracelet right here that my guy Clifton and Tim got me.
Yeah.
What is it? Karma and Luck is
Yeah.
the company.
Yeah.
Like I don't wear much jewelry. Like I'm wearing a watch and I'm wearing this. This is like Claire's
Costume.
This is costume jewelry. You know, like this is like $6.
It looks real. They don't care now.
Yeah,
That ain't
you
no
You gotta
business.
tell
but
nobody.
but like this one, it really means a lot to me. I just, every time I look down or I'm praying or I'm in church and I can just look and see it, it's a really cool piece. So it's been my obsession. I'm thankful that you guys got me this gift.
What a good stylist. It's like he
I
knew.
know, it's
Because
like
it's
he
like
knew.
literally I've been with this guy 14 years and I have bought him like little pieces of jewelry and it's like just something isn't right. Like, you know what I mean? Like the earrings are a little too big or too small or like it just never seems like I get the thing right. Watches I would get right, but it's like then we ran out. He's had a lot of watches, so I needed to come up with something else. So when you got that, I remember being like, dang, now I know. Now I got the hack.
Yeah,
Now
I
I'm just going to be
remember
calling Clifton like Christmas is coming up.
I
bro,
remember
help
even
me
when
out.
they gave it to me, it was kind of like, yeah, we got you this one because it's like, it's all black on black. It's kind of subtle, but it's got a little bling to it. And I was like, okay, hooking it up.
At
It
Get
looks so good
Clifton,
on you.
y'all.
Yeah.
At Get Clifton if you need some.
Get
Oh, thanks, you guys.
Clifton. Yeah, tell them about it.
Yes,
Tell 'em about
give a
Get
plug for
Clifton.
that.
Yeah, Get Clifton. It's my personal styling business, and I help people discover their own style. You know, it's not about like all the fashions and trends. That's just not my jam.
Yeah.
It's about getting to know you as a client. Who are you? What do you do in life? What do you want to do in life? What brings you joy? And how to emulate that in your wardrobe
Yeah.
and kill it. Walk out and feel confident and look good, feel good.
Yeah, Clifton started launching some videos on his IG. I love the video when you're talking about the outfit and you're like, what's the vibe? Like, how are you
Yes.
feeling? And I was like, oh, that's so true. Like,
And
how you
I
feeling?
have to give like a personal testimony here because Clifton, right before my 20-year reunion, we went shopping together and like we literally were having the worst time like trying to find anything. The stores were just like not having it. But that outing and that time with you and the way that you helped just like reframe my perspective, like especially as a mom that had 2 little kids, like I literally thought I had kind of like lost my sense of fashion, lost my taste, lost preference even. Cause I was like, I've never been like a on trend shopper per se, like whatever's trending. But it was that experience that it was like opened my eyes to like investing in myself and feeling good. And that is a good thing to do. It was like giving me permission, but then it like reignited my love of thrifting. Like I had forgotten that I loved thrifting and I used to do it in college all the time. And then it was after our outing and you helping me piece everything together and like coming over and giving, like styling my jeans and just helping me even start that process. It unlocked a love I thought was dormant. And now like, you know, shout out to Buffalo Exchange and like Savers and like we're hitting some places I think tomorrow. But that experience like was really a catapult into me reinvesting in myself. And it wasn't just the styling part. It was you. It was your gift of your ability to connect with people and almost like soothe them into investing in themselves in a way that feels like really empowering. So at Get Clifton, I mean, I'll stop. I could go on forever. I just, so good.
Hit him up with all your styling needs, y'all.
Organization too for your closet.
Oh yeah,
he'll make that
pretty. I
pretty.
need to call you, but you probably it's just too many things in there. You see,
I know. I
have about 7 different styles. You just never know.
I love it.
Out.
That's true. That's me too, though. I wear a lot of different hats style wise. So we'll go through
I know.
it.
Abby and I felt a little pressure coming on today's show.
I just wanted like a fly girl vibe.
I just knew you were dressed. I know when I saw you at church last week, I said, oh, he can dress. And then I was like,
and he can dress you too at getclifton.com.
Period. All right, guys.
You need Renold to do your commercial. Period.
Let's hit him with some gratitude. What you grateful for, Bo?
Oh man, I'm gonna start with the health of my family. I got some tough news on the way here that one of our friends had lost her sister's battle. Her sister had lost her battle with cancer, and I was trying to compartmentalize it because I just was so rocked by that. But I just thought, like, man, how blessed we are. We have a big family, or even like the immediate family, and everybody's healthy and good. So I'm thankful for that. I'm super thankful to just hear the feedback from everybody around Social City and when it's done for them, because it's not, and I might set the tone, but it is the community that really embraces that and makes it real. And just talking about the 2019 message to like hearing how you guys felt walking in the door just is really affirming. And I'm really grateful for that. And lastly, I'm super thankful for Omar, because your girl was hurting this week. I almost went to the ER Wednesday night. It was really, really tough, and really, it's not just like physically draining, it's really emotionally draining. So to have a partner who empathy is not his first language.
Yeah, I was trying to take care of Abby. I was like, men weren't built for this. I don't know how to nurture and like care for her the way she does to me. But tell me if you need me to go get something, because I will go and get it at any time.
Gather, right?
Yes, for sure.
But I'm just super grateful, because I feel like my flare-ups have been really rough lately, on top of like other little things. If I get hit hard with something, I get hit hard.
Yeah, for sure.
And you've just been super awesome.
I got you,
I'm
boo.
super
Ride or die.
thankful. Love you.
Oh, somebody's gonna get something tonight.
Hey, episode 5. Make sure you connect with your
None
partner.
of your business. Right now, what you got?
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna connect with my partner. I'm gonna connect with somebody, but that's my business. Hallelujah! And I'm still gonna make it to church the next day.
City Lights.
And be crying like, and yeah, I did it last night.
We're
I'm
hitting
kidding.
City Lights tomorrow. 10:15. What time you going?
I'm gonna go to the earlier service. I like to go
8:45.
to work out after. I like to do my spin class.
damn,
You know, I'm a
okay.
gym hoe.
You go
I
there
hop from
because
gym
there's
to
someone there? You got eye candy?
No,
Is it-
I don't. I just
Okay.
go to go.
All right.
Just go to go.
Javen's been preaching.
You
man.
growing up then?
I'm kidding. Yeah. Well, I really enjoy the instructor.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't go like because I like him like that. He's a beautiful man though.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyways, maybe I do. Oh Lord Jesus! I mean, if he is, and you watch his podcast, let me know. I'm in the front row every time. Okay. But anyways, and we be riding. But let me be gratitude. Okay, let me be serious. I'm just really grateful. 2 years ago, I literally walked into Social City, and it was just like I was trying to figure out my life after my career changed. And I just thought it was like ironic that this week, how like everything came full circle. Like 2 years ago, I was hopping from job to job. I didn't really hop. I was just trying to figure out what I liked.
Yeah.
And I would be there like, oh, I have an interview for this, and now I'm doing this, and now I'm doing, like, I went to like 3 jobs.
Yeah.
And it was cool this week, like before I had like a big promotion test. I went to work out on Thursday morning, and then literally I went to go take my test for my promotion, and I passed it. And it was cool, like it was full circle. Like when I was like trying to figure out what was gonna work for me, I didn't know what I was doing. I was at CrossFit all the time. And then like the morning of like my new beginning, I was at CrossFit. And it's just crazy that like, this is episode 8, right?
Yeah.
Romans 8:28 says, and we know all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord. And so if it's not good, God is not done.
Amen.
If it's not getting better, if it's not looking like what that vision, that dream you had, that means God is not done. And I'm glad that I was able to just have that full circle moment. And God is not the done right now.
He's not done with you yet.
Woo!
There's
He's
so
not
much
done
more
with y'all
to your
yet,
story.
too.
You're right.
I'm serious. And literally the other day I was thinking, I'm telling you, I see a new location. I see more stuff happening for y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all haven't seen nothing yet. I'm telling y'all are going to be a premier family for CrossFit. I really feel that in my spirit. The other day I was thinking that, like I was talking to God, and I feel like God had told me that. Y'all are going to be like a premier family for CrossFit. Mark my words. Y'all got it on video.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Save it.
Everywhere. If people gonna know the Fosters from CrossFit, I feel it in my spirit. Mark my words. And I'm not no prophet or nothing, but I'm just saying.
He's just the pod pastor.
A pod pastor and a hoe by night. I'm kidding. Pray for me. I ain't no hoe. I'm serious. No more.
Like, how can you not love having
Deliberate.
all around? Dude, it's just so
I'm
funny.
deliberate today.
Clifton, what you got, man?
I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for my partner. He has been so supportive through building a business from the ground up here in Vegas. I've only been here a year and a half.
Yeah.
He's incredible, supportive, loving, kind, generous, all those things.
He's soft too.
And-
Y'all don't even know. You guys don't get he's got a little soft side, Timmy.
He
But
got
he
a
got
hard
that
shell,
little.
but
You got
he's
that
soft on the
little.
inside.
You got a little squishy,
I get to
squishy
see
heart.
it. I get to see that side. Extremely grateful for the community. Like I've made some great friends here in a year and a half. CrossFit has been awesome. All the people, like fun, down to earth. I just love the energy and the vibe that you guys have created. That's been a huge game changer. And then my third would be, it sounds cheesy, but I'm grateful for the human experience. Like it's really important to me. Like I'm on this planet. I believe I'm a soul on a human experience, and this is my human experience. So it's going to go like this and just go with it. Go with it, girl. It's going to be amazing at certain moments, and you'll have some lows, and it's all here. Like, how do I handle that? And just keep reminding myself, I'm on a human experience. I signed up for this. Let's go.
And that's what makes life like beautiful. It's like you can't appreciate the beauty of the mountaintop if you haven't been in that valley.
Preach.
You know, and it's a beautiful thing, and you embrace that in just the things that we've talked about, whether it's past or whatever, where it's like it's all part of it, and if you can be more embracing, knowing that it is a part of it, man, it makes it easier when those waves crash.
Yep.
What about you?
I'm grateful for a body that is capable. I mean, I feel like most of us, we're so hard on ourselves. We're our own worst critic. We want to weigh less. We want to be more muscular. We want to
5
be
more
built
pounds.
like this.
Always
we
5 more pounds.
We get competitive with the open we just did yesterday. This guy barely finished. I had 9 burpees to go with 10 seconds on the clock. And I was like, if I don't finish this workout, it's going to haunt me all weekend. So I finished the workout at 14:59 and then coached the Friday Night Lights last night. And like people were like Dion finishing 10 something, 10:23, Sione in 10 minutes. Like there were guys who finished faster than me. And, you know, like as a coach and an owner, it's like, man, that's kind of hard. Like, are people going to look down or frown upon me because I'm not performing, you know, at the level they are? And I have to remind myself, like, what my body's been through, you know, like it's been through a lot. And I feel like a lot of us have injuries and stuff that we deal with, but without like beating myself up too much, I just buckled down in my journal, you know, and I was like, you know what? I'm grateful for a body that is capable because, you know, this means a lot to me, and it gives me a release. It provides me with so much happiness and joy, and then to be a part of that community that you guys are talking about, like I don't know what I would do or where I would be without it.
Your body brings me a lot of happiness and joy as well, baby. Just
see, Renold, you over here rubbing off.
And it brings Renold a lot of joy as well.
Listen.
Yes, you know, both of them together.
I am
I'd be
mad
like,
at it.
There's another one in the fire. I could be in the fire too.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
I am grateful for these conversations.
Yeah.
Always. Conversations is at the top of my list for being grateful for, because like as a straight male, I've never heard of or been on a platform where I was listening to a straight male have a conversation with a gay man.
Yeah.
Like on just fill me in. Like, what is it you've been through? What kind of terminology have you heard? What makes you uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Okay, now I know why you don't want to go to BJJ with me. Like, you know what I mean? You had a bad experience. Now
or too good of an experience.
Or a really good experience.
Really good experience.
Did they get? I'll ask you about that later.
And then what's your third?
I have both their cell phones.
Please call me.
And then third, I'm grateful for thrifting and Buffalo Exchange. Like it's been a cool thing for us because you weren't much of a shopper. You had a hard time spending money and buying things.
It was like an emotional thing.
And like lately,
Clifton and I discovered.
You know, Abby will be like, "Hey, babe, like, what do you like? What kind of outfits do you like me to be in? How would you like me to do my hair?" And I'm kind of like, I just like you and whatever makes you feel confident. You know, it could be any outfit, but if she's wearing and she's like looking good and feeling good, I'm okay. Oh, I love that. But if she's wearing something that's super fancy and I can tell she's insecure and not comfortable in her skin, it's like, although that is the fanciest thing you could have worn, it doesn't look or fit right because you're not confident in it. So yeah, I'm grateful for some thrifting.
Timer.
Tell them the good news, boo. Tell them the good news.
Just remember that you're made with a purpose, on purpose, and we're thankful you spent your time with us.
We appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming on the show. Episode 8. We got 2 more episodes to go. Let's get a hands in on here. A little Fit Force, you know, woo on 3. 1, 2, 3. Fit Force, you know, woo.
And I'm not sweated out right now.
Hey, chicken grease. Nah, I'm sweating now.
You know, normally like I'm sweated out when you say, I'm like, ooh, Swift Force, you know, just help me.